Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of the Ball Voice Podcast. And as always, I'm joined here by my two co-hosts, the two Mo's. Moji, I'm gonna start with you tonight, man. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. End the season off with a W at home. Feeling pretty good.
For sure. And Naeem, I'm gonna ask you, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, man, feeling good. Not the way I wanted the season to end, but it was a good season.
Yep. So as my two co-hosts alluded to, the season did officially end today. It was a Super Sunday, as they call it, where every single team plays and runs out their matches for the entire season. We got to see who ended up staying up, who ended up going down, who qualified for those European spots, and amongst some other things. So we wanted to dive into a couple of narratives to discuss. And firstly, on the agenda, Manchester United confirmed their place back into Europe with their last couple of fixtures, including that 4-1 win on Thursday against Chelsea. And of course, they beat Fulham yesterday as well. So they're back in the Champions League. I mean, they're there. They dropped down. They've done some things in the past couple of years that have been tumultuous, but they're finally straight up back in the Champions League. So Moji, I'm gonna ask you, man. I don't know if you want to talk about the games or just you want to talk about Manchester United, like in
I'll
general
glaze
in
over the
Champions League.
game.
But yeah, I'll pass it to you, man.
I'll glaze over the game, man. Like, good game, 2-1 win. Played pretty well. Sancho, I like today a lot. He got that goal in. What's it called? That one pass. You guys know what I'm talking about, from Fred to Bruno. Crazy, man. It's a little spark of what Fred could do when he wants to play, when he wants to be Brazilian. But yeah, nothing too much about the De Gea saved the penalty, and then Ten Hag reaffirmed he wants to keep De Gea, it's like he's staying, unfortunately. But yeah, season as a whole, man. Let me look at the table real quick. Let me pull it right up real quick. United. 23 wins, 6 draws, 9 losses. Losses stayed in single digits, man, in all 38 matches. Quick turnaround from previous displays, man. We got a trophy. Hopefully, one to come this Saturday against City. Which, if City are smart, they don't want to play their full strength team against United, man. You got Champions League coming up and everything, but I'm just trolling, but yeah, I'm really happy with this season. Ten Hag, that's what I love to see. I love to see grits and power in that manager position, bro. I seen clips of when previous managers would how before a player gets subbed on, he would talk to him a little bit to tell him what to do and everything.
Yeah.
Previous managers, they would give him and just push him on. But Ten Hag, he tells you with a straight face, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. He pushes. He's the iron fist, man. I really love it. And like I said from the beginning, he proves he's iron fist. He doesn't care who you are, bro. He just if you're good, you're good. Like what came with Ronaldo, not starting Ronaldo for matches, showing improvement and everything. And hopefully, this summer window, bringing some ballers, maybe Harry Kane. Maybe another fullback, maybe Mason Mount, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
All could be good pickups.
No, I gave this season a B, but honestly, I'll give it an A. Because I'm thinking about the turnaround. We're back in Europe, or back in the Champions League. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy. The future's looking bright, man. The future's looking bright. Can't say the same for others, but.
Okay.
It's looking bright, man. Barca won their league too, bro. It's looking good for football, man. I don't know about Liverpool though. Europa League's crazy. Can't lie to you, bro. Europa League is so crazy.
I'm gonna wait my turn. I'm gonna wait my turn.
You're excited, Like I said, like I told you, 7-0, 7-1? I forgot. It's so old now. I forgot. That game, all you benefited was 3 points, and I guess gloating for a week. But look where you are now. I told you, it's just 3 points, bro. Whether you won 3-1, 7-1, don't matter. It's just 3 points, bro. Am I right or wrong?
right, first of all,
that extra goal tally didn't take you to top 4. You know,
first
Facts.
of all,
it's 3
first of all, first of all,
Facts.
first of all, bro.
Also,
Go
y'all drew in your last game. That's stinky, bro. You gotta get a good send off, man. That's stinky, bro. That's all.
They were down in that game.
Only the
Yeah, I
down,
mean, we
bro.
did concede. I know we'll talk about Liverpool later. I mean, so I don't want to talk
You don't
about it
draw
too
to
much.
20,
For
20
Let's
to
United,
let's let's, let's see. Yeah, let's see
United,
what next United.
You
yeah,
said what?
but for United, bro, like first of all, that 7-0 fixture, bro. Let's not act like when somebody asks you some of the worst defeats in Premier League history, that won't be one of the things they bring up. First of all, I know it was glazed over now, like it feels in the past. But when someone asks you what is one of the worst defeats in Premier League history, 100% that would be up there. So it's
Before
whatever. But
I don't
I'm
want to cut
past
you
that
off. I
though.
don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off. But like, how many times is somebody like? How often is that question gonna be asked? And how often is yo? Who made the Champions League this season? How often is that question gonna be asked? Hmm? Who got eliminated from Europa League this season? You know, that's gonna be y'all next
You
season,
talking about
probably.
this season? I'm talking about history, boy. I'm talking about history forever.
No one reads the history books no more, bro. No one reads the history books no more, bro.
Oh no,
History
they
don't
do. They
matter, bro.
do.
You know what history's gonna remember?
History don't matter, bro.
Jurgen Klopp's
What?
Liverpool being 5th place. When Ten Hag took over this team, they made it to 3rd, bro. And shut your ugly ass up, bro. I hate this Jurgen
Hey,
Klopp guy, man. I hate this Jurgen Klopp guy. I'm
whoa,
sorry,
whoa,
man.
okay, now, hold on, bro. I'm gonna have to turn this shit up, bro. Hold on, bro. All right, let me have my floor now, bro. First of all, these United fans are getting way too hype, bro. Don't hate on Jurgen Klopp. First of all, it's been 7 years of dominance, okay, or not dominance of success. Now you guys finally have your 1 year from what Ragnick and whoever the hell was last. You guys are back in the Champions League. Congratulations. Every dog has his fucking day, okay? You guys are having yours this year. Okay? So you guys are back in the Champions League. First of all, let's go over the Chelsea game. Okay? Since you didn't touch on it, I guess I'll go. Well, at that time, we needed you guys to lose both games, and I said that last episode. This isn't gonna happen. You're not losing to Chelsea, but god dang, y'all should have lost to Chelsea, bro. Because Chelsea should have scored 3 or 4 in that first half.
Wait. What are you talking about now? It's over,
the
bro.
Chelsea.
What are you talking about? I don't. We should have
I
talked
just
about that
want to
last
shot.
episode.
I want to.
It's over,
That
bro.
it,
It's over, bro.
it
It's
didn't
over,
happen.
bro.
It didn't happen last
I mean,
episode.
we
Why are
haven't
you on
recorded
my
an
dick,
episode
bro?
since that game.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
did?
Like he's on my dick for
Right.
no reason, bro. You
No, I swear we
glazing
did.
me right now.
I swear we
It was
did.
before that game.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Okay,
stop
so
glazing. Shut up with this glazing shit, bro.
no,
Like
no.
you a Kai Cenat like meat sucker, bro. Like calm it down a little bit,
Kai
man.
Cenat.
Stop using
What
stop
the
using stop using the word glazing every 5 seconds, man. Carry on.
bro? So if you stop glazing, then I'll stop using the word glaze. All right. So once you stop that, I'll stop that. But dude, Chelsea, Mudryk, Havertz, God, you guys are awful, bro. I cannot lie. United won that game. Fulham game 2-1. I think Sancho scored one of them, and then again, you said the brilliant pass from Fred. Fred had a pretty good game. I don't know if he'll be on the team next year, but he should. I feel like he should definitely be a good squad player on the team. And then you said De Gea saved the penalty. He'll probably be back next year, but see, I don't like reiterating points, but here I'm like again, bro. You guys are gonna end up bringing the same players back. Obviously, they're like 1 or 2 signings, a couple signings, not too many though, but a couple signings. Obviously, you guys, but mainly you guys are gonna have the same core players. You guys are gonna in the Champions League more than ability and these star players. You gotta have the mentality. You go to San Siro, you go to the Bernabeu, you go to these big stadiums. And I'm sorry, United are gonna crumble, bro. United do not have it up in here to play in those big games. They don't. Sevilla is the biggest. Sevilla is the biggest one there. Anfield, you walk into Anfield as the favorites, bro. You walk into Anfield as the favorites, and you get smoked 7-0. You walk into Sevilla, Sevilla come to your place, dog you. Well, they didn't dog you, but you still let them come back. That second half was putrid. You go to away to Sevilla. I know the Europa League giants, but like, come on, bro. You guys are far better team. Crumble there, bro. If you guys keep these same players, ability wise, they're good. They're not the greatest, but they're good. You guys definitely has your good players, Casemiro, Rashford, Bruno. You guys have good players.
Bro,
That's not the
before we
point.
continue with realistically, like this core squad, like the core players aren't like they can stay, bro. It's just little bits and pieces that gotta go, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
guys have good players ability wise, but they got to get it right up in here, bro. They have to, because I'm not. There's been many times this year where when United are down, bro, you see them not trying, not running back on defense, not tracking
Who?
back. I don't want to keep bringing it up, but 7-0, Sevilla, both those games. Go watch the highlights. Bruno Fernandes had his head down. He was complaining every single time when he was down 7-0. And then go that Sevilla game too. Bro, I'm sorry. You guys, once you guys are down, you guys
wouldn't be
lose.
sick. You wouldn't be sick getting dropped off 7-2. Like I don't get it, bro. I'd be sick too, bro.
Bro,
Like,
I'm not saying he started it. He started it. Oh, now we're down 7-0. Let me stop trying.
You getting dropped off. You getting dropped off by 30 points in the NBA. You're not gonna be sick. Like,
bro,
even
what was that? What was that half? That second half was the whole story. They were doing the whole second half. You guys were down 1-0, 2-0. Even at 2-0, I saw it happening. Come on, bro. You don't think you can come back from 2-0?
You mad that our players are getting dropped off, bro? It don't matter. I told you that game don't matter anymore, bro. We third, bro.
Edwin, back me up here, bro, because these United fans go. What I say? One ear throughout the other, bro. Because, dude, you guys don't have it up in here, bro. You guys don't have it up in here.
I don't care, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm on.
You'll see it next year.
Which Mohammed?
You. I don't refer to him as Mohammed. I for you.
Wait, what is his side though?
Now you might see what you're saying, but
hold that, bro.
First of all, yeah, like that the 7-0, like we can talk about the 7-0 a lot, but at the end of the day, it didn't really have any major impact. United shown their ability to bounce back from results like that. And then you also mentioned like that next season that United are gonna go to the Bernabeu or the San Siro or whatever and drop horrible results or whatever. I don't really think that that's a concern that United should have at all. I think that the fact that they're even back in Europe in the first place is an accomplishment now. I don't think United are going to be worried about winning the whole Champions League next season or anything like that. I don't think that's just it's just not realistic. Now, I'm not saying that it's like possible or anything, but I just don't think the chances are high. So I don't think we have to worry about them like going to the Bernabeu or the San Siro or the Etihad or whatever big stadium and choking. Unless you're trying to say like they might go back down to the Europa League, then it's like
that's from the whole thing.
Based off of what you're saying, that would mean they would have to be all those teams in their same group for them to drop.
Yeah, down. Obviously the group matters too.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. They'll be a third seeded team. They finished third in the Prem. So they might get a little bit of a harder group. They'll probably have at least one like really good team in there. From another league, they can get us in the group stage.
It's just top two, man. It's just top two. But like bouncing off your point though, like I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't see us winning Champions League. I'm I'm happy for top four for like be able to be in contention, but like I don't see us winning. I just what I want though, consistent. Like I'm thinking for the future ahead, like as long as we consistently in top four and we're building a squad over and over, and like enough to like win the league, like. That's all I'm like mostly care about, man, right now. Because Champions League at this stage with teams like Madrid and City, bro, like that's so unlikely, man. It's I think it's more about like domestic cups and Premier League. That's realistic like goals for United right now, bro. With City again in with their powerhouse of a team, but I'm happy for top four regardless, man. Considering we like considering like where we were as a team, as a squad, mentally and like player wise, like it's a great turnaround. Even though like some signings like Antony and Sancho didn't turn out to be like, superstars, you got Rashford. He showed up, like even though he had his dips, but he consistent like he was scoring consistently. What's it called? Casemiro, big signing, one of our best signings. Lissandro when he comes back, we have a foundation for. We have a foundation for an amazing squad, but not like an insane one. If you know what I mean. Like Champions League is just out of sight, bro. Prime.
Yeah. To be honest, the same thing that I want to see from Manchester United is the same thing I want to see from Barca. Like the teams simply just aren't at this current moment, especially with like you said, the City sides. if Bayern makes some adjustments this summer. I know that they obviously there's a lot of changes that are going on within that club right now. And other teams around Europe are going to make their changes, but with Barcelona and Manchester United in particular, I want to see the same thing from them next season, and that's just to continue to compete at a high level. None of this drop down into the Europa League stuff. None of this. We're gonna have 2 months where we play at a high level, and then another 2 months where we play absolutely atrociously. I don't know if you guys have watched Barca recently, but we won 3-0 yesterday, but other than the last like 6 games, we've been absolutely atrocious. Really, for the past like couple months, we've been atrocious. A whole bunch of like 1-0 wins and a whole bunch of like 1-1s and things like that. I just want to see us compete consistently on a consistent level at a high level next season. I'm not saying I want us to win the treble. I just don't. It's just not realistic. And the same thing with Manchester United. But try to go out there, get another trophy, get another couple trophies. Try to get somewhat deep in the Champions League, maybe a quarterfinal or semifinal. Like I said, you don't have to win the whole thing, but just don't let your fans down with that. We're gonna finish third in the Champions League group, drop down to the Europa League, and then lose the way we did to United, or the way United did to Sevilla.
I just want consistency. Like we could get dropped out of the Champions League. Like okay, like say that happens, I'll be sick, right? But say we get like somewhat far, we lose. Like let's be honest, we didn't really like deserve to be in that position. It like if we're kind of like this squad right now, you know what I'm saying? But as long as like consistently top four, like I'll be happy. Like I don't want to troll. I'm not trying to troll you and like pick on you, but like I'm gonna bring up Europa League. Like say we got Europa League like again this season, like say we got Europa League again this season, bro. Like this whole team gotta like get wrapped up, man. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just because Champions League football is like an accomplishment. Like even qualifying is an accomplishment, in my opinion, in the Prem. Considering how many like like that's why you got to give Eric Ten Hag credit. Like you can't. What was the names? Eric. What would you call him? Name?
Eric Ten Hag?
Yeah, some troll name like something. But you got to give him credit. And the whole thing is that you got to give him credit, man. He turned this United squad all around. It's not only him too.
Yeah,
like, there are players who. There are players who also put their like you talking about like some players. I agree with you. Some players don't have passion. They don't have like the mentality to win. But like calling out some players like Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, like they put on for the squad, bro. They know how to like lead a team. They know how to defend. Not defend. They know how to keep it going. Is what I'm saying. Keep it flowing. Like they're the glue that sticks the team, in my opinion. But yeah. Speaking of United though, did y'all see did you watch the game where Rashford like either broke the record, like tied the record, or broke it for most goals in a season for Manchester United player?
He did that?
What?
I think was that the record?
Most goals in a season for a United player,
or was it the Van Persie thing?
I don't know what you talk about, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
I mean, no, he might have. No, but Van Persie scored like. Yeah, no, he probably did.
Am I tripping?
How many goals does Rashford have?
Hold on.
Like what? 20 maybe? No, not 20.
You're talking about Premier League or all comps?
No, oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. What is it? It's a record, but he scored. Yeah, it's. Where is it? Dude, hold on. We need a quick intermission.
Definitely, yeah. It can't be the Premier League because bro doesn't even have like 20 goals.
Rashford became only the 12. Oh, okay. He didn't break the record.
He has 30. He has 30 and 54.
Yeah. He reached the 12th player to reach the 30 goal mark in all competitions. I my bad. I got it confused.
You're good.
But yeah, he scored that goal, right? And he was trying to hit this for the one time for one last season. The Garnacho just jumped on his back. If you watch the replay, just ruined it. Like you could tell he was sick as hell, man. But that was against Chelsea.
That was against Chelsea, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't score. He didn't score yesterday. Or
Yeah,
last
he
game.
didn't score yesterday. Yeah, but
Okay,
that's
I'm happy
cool.
United.
United.
Wrap it up, man. You want to talk about Liverpool, bro?
That's later in the episode, I think.
So no final thoughts on United.
I'm
No.
good, man. I'm good. Now get to talking about Liverpool, man. Freaking you talking about later in the episode, man. Talk about Liverpool right now, bro. How do
We
you
can
think
talk
about their
about
season?
Liverpool now, bro. We can
Talk about the Liverpool. Talk about Liverpool.
Go
What do you
ahead.
think?
I
Talk
don't
about
want
their
to.
season.
Go
Man.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to review the season because I feel like like we'll probably do that in a different video upcoming. You know what I mean?
What the hell
But
did I just do?
I mean, you was short. Like I was going more in depth.
No, that's what I'm
Like
talking.
you know, what I
Just
mean,
like
like
just talk.
it's been a,
Quick
it's
thoughts,
been a,
man.
it's been up and down season. You know, like the highs and the lows. Obviously, you saw one of the lows today. Like I don't know how many times we're gonna end up. Well, we didn't lose this time, but like I think we already lost 2 times to the 20th place team, and then now we drew to the 20th place team. So,
You guys already
well, I
guaranteed
mean,
Europa.
we did have our B team out there, and I'm not gonna lie, our B team is not as good as it used to be back in the day. We got like 40-year-olds back out there pushing, bro. Joel Matip out there, James Milner out there, bro. Joe Gomez might as well be 40 the way he be moving these days. So, but that's not an excuse, bro. Man, like that midfield, bro. I mean, we've been saying it all year, bro. It's non-existent. It just gets ran through, bro. Especially that goal they had. I think it made it 3-2. I think it made it 3-2. Yeah. It was like immediate start of the second half. It was I think it was Suleimana on a counterattack. Dude skipped by Fabinho like he wasn't there. And just I don't know what Gomez was doing. He just kept tracking back like he had somebody to guard. He didn't close down the ball, and then he got the shot off. Keller did not have a good game either. I feel like 2 or 3 of the goals he could have done a little bit better, but at this point, like I don't know, he might get shipped off, he might stay, we don't know, but we still got Ali, so we're good. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna revamp the midfield. We got McAllister coming in; it's almost guaranteed now, so he's gonna be a great addition. We need at least 2 more midfielders. Fabinho has to go, bro. Wallahi, I'll do anything for him to get out the team, bro. Like you email me something, and I'll do it, bro. Because he cannot be on this team anymore, bro. He has to go. He's useless. But fucking Barca take him, please.
Speaking on McAllister, man, I he's gonna be crazy for y'all, man. At least from the World
Oh
Cup,
yeah.
From the World Cup, man, he was putting in a shift, bro.
Oh yeah. Even for Brighton, bro. Like
He's been good
McAllister is
all
that
season.
dude, bro. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. McAllister is a key player for Brighton, bro. And it's gonna be interesting to see how Brighton move on from McAllister and Caicedo, wherever Caicedo goes at this point. We don't know, but yeah, McAllister is definitely a big time player, bro. 70 M's. That's a high price tag. And I guess we'll see what happens with him. I'm definitely happy to get him. He can play that Thiago role because Thiago can barely get on the pitch these days. He's getting up there
We love
too.
Thiago, man.
Yeah, bro. Like
I remember
the
that
thing
day he
with
came on.
say it.
I remember that one game, Fred game was where he came on and he was ballistic, man. I could feel your happiness through the text message.
Oh yeah, it was the Arsenal. Oh wait, it might have been the Arsenal game, but I don't know.
Was it Arsenal?
It might have been. But yeah, I mean, like Sir Alex Ferguson is like who somehow I keep going back to. Like every time he kept winning, even though he had the players that kept making him win, he kept revamping the squad with young, fresh talent. Pep does the same. Look at dude, we all saw Pep's B team, bro, when they first played Chelsea early in the week, or it was last week or something, bro. Their B team was insane, bro. But you look at our B team, it's just people from like 7 years ago. So that's the one thing with Klopp is like we all know like Klopp loyal to his players. I don't know if you guys saw the report that came out. He was going to offer a contract extension to James Milner, and FSG finally did a good thing and stopped him. He was like, "No, we're not gonna do that." Like, thank God they stopped him because I don't know how long he can just keep reusing the same players because it's getting ridiculous at this point. But it looks like we're gonna bring in a lot of people. I know after the game, Jurgen Klopp said he's gonna be busy on the phone. He better be bringing in some good talent, bro. And I feel like if we get that midfield right, bro, we're gonna be back title contending this year. So I'm not even worried.
Yeah, for sure. Just to touch on a couple of things that you said. Um, I know that it's easy to look at Manchester City what they do. When it
Yeah,
comes to like you said, keeping their squad fresh, they'll literally have certain players for a couple of years and then ship them up. Literally, Ferran Torres
yeah,
was there for like maybe 2 seasons before they sold him to
yeah,
Barca. Before they sold him to Barca, um, amongst a couple of others. But like obviously you just need a heap of resources and backing in order to do something like that.
yeah,
Like you pretty much need unlimited resources to keep your whole squad
yeah, yeah,
refreshed like that. And FSG, I mean, we know that,
yeah,
we know how notorious they are when it comes to things like that.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm sure most teams in the world would wish to have those type of resources, but
yeah,
you just gotta make do with what you got.
yeah,
But of course, like you said, guys like Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, they've simply just overstayed their welcome, and obviously now it's
mhm,
time for them to go. So yeah, definitely. I'm glad to see some fresh blood coming into Liverpool. And there's gonna be a lot of competition next season, like you said. Maybe some guys will
yeah,
have to strengthen their game up a little bit because, like you said, there's gonna be numbers coming into the midfield. Luis Diaz, we're gonna have a full season of Luis Diaz being healthy. Obviously
mhm,
Darwin Nunez is still there, Salah's still there, Jota, and amongst others that maybe I don't know if they'll look to bring in any new attackers. I don't know if they've been linked
I
with
don't think so.
anything like that. They don't really need that. They already have
Yeah,
more than enough options that who are all pretty much really
yeah,
versatile. Um, so yeah, and then some midfield options like we said, McAllister. I don't know if Mateus Nunez. I think they pulled out of that a little bit ago. But maybe they
yeah,
re-sparked their interest in him or something like that. And a couple others. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good for Liverpool. Obviously a
yeah.
right back too. That's
Oh
another
yeah.
potential
Oh
midfield
man,
option.
please,
Push Alexander
please.
Arnold into the midfield and he go sign a right back. So yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they could be back title contending
Trent,
next season. You know,
like even the goal he conceded today, bro, like that was Trent's fault. Like what for whatever reason, when the ball is from the opposite side that Trent is, he always likes to tuck in and like watch the center back's backside basically, because like the center back is guarding the front, and he doesn't want the ball to go over him in case he misses, and it's an easy tap in. So he's always behind backing him up, but then he always leaves his man wide open, and you saw that today with
yeah,
James Ward-Prowse goal. And then I think even with the Jacob Ramsey goal with Aston Villa too, it was the same thing. But I mean, we could keep saying that, but dude, like how brilliant he is in the midfield. He had an assist today, which was incredible. He had great passes. He was spraying the ball around. Like I don't know how you just don't keep playing him in the midfield. I know probably like this season we probably didn't have enough options at right back because Joe Gomez is god awful, but hopefully next year, like you said, we get a right back. But I do want to touch upon your FSG point because I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans like defend Klopp in that. Like as much as I love Klopp, I like talking about the facts, bro. Like as much as FSG hasn't backed him, he hasn't shown me that. Oh, like I'm trying to bring in new players, I'm just not getting the backing. Like
Mhm.
he adamantly goes about like, oh, I know I need to bring him back. I need to bring Milner back, like the Milner one. I need to bring Keita back, whoever it may be. I need to bring him back. So I can't even say that it's FSG's fault. It's definitely both fault. Well, FSG does not give him the backing either, but like Klopp doesn't like show that. Oh, he wants the backing at the same time.
I
But
think Klopp just values continuity and unit, like
yeah,
to like chemistry within his squad.
mhm,
Because like you said, like the last marquee signing that Liverpool had, like big signing. I mean, I guess Darwin Nunez, but like
yeah, I guess we'll wait and see.
yeah, we'll see obviously, but like the last Virgil Van Dijk or like big
Mm-hmm.
signing like that Liverpool have had. That's probably the last one, right? Unless we're saying that like Thiago's one. Probably
Tiago
Thiago.
might. Yeah, probably Tiago because when
Probably
he came
Thiago.
from, yeah, when he came from
Came
Bayern,
from
he
yeah,
was
came
one
from
of
Bayern.
the.
And at that time, when they signed him, he was literally like one of the best midfielders in the world, like
Yeah,
top,
he's
top,
definitely
top.
the last one. I would say.
Yeah, so it's not. It's just what my point that I was trying to get at was that it's not very frequent that you see Klopp like push for something like that, like a
Hmm.
big signing. Like he'll make
Yeah,
decent signings. I think that's kind of like his prerogative, I guess. But Yeah, like you said, FSG definitely haven't shown, or FSG on the part of FSG and club, they haven't shown that that's something that they would be interested in terms of strengthening the squad and things like that.
But yeah, also to point you said that everyone's gonna be title contending next year, bro. I'm low key like, as much as I'm saying like I feel like our team will be ready for that, but like dude, there's so many teams that you got City, us, Chelsea are gonna be revamped next year, depending on how they play. They still got good players, so we'll see how that happens. Newcastle are gonna have a big summer. They had a great season. They're in the Champions League. Man United, also I think Brighton. Well, I don't know if Brighton's gonna title contend, but damn, that's like 5 teams I just named though, dude. Like I'm not worried about Spurs because Spurs are probably gonna rebuild in the summer, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so like, there's like 5 teams, man, like that I'm really looking at. Like it's gonna be a big year next year to see who stops. Oh, Arsenal. Oh, I totally forgot Arsenal. 6. There's 6. So like Arsenal's gonna be up there. Yeah, I don't think I said Arsenal, but they're gonna be up there as well. So,
that would be
it. That's gonna be a big season next year. It's gonna really depend on who wins the summer transfer window, who really brings a new talent and spices up their team. Because
I mean, I don't want to say too early or anything like that, but I just don't think that Manchester City can be dethroned as of right now. Obviously, like you said, we have to see what happens.
Oh yeah. No, they're the favorites for sure. Oh yeah.
I'm not even saying favorites. Like I'm saying, like I'm damn near 100% sure they'll win the title.
Oh yeah. No. I didn't want to do it. Obviously, someone's got to do it, bro. Someone's got to do it, bro. I didn't want to say it.
The rest, because the top 4. I mean, that's the only like. I guess you could cemented top 4 space. And then obviously, like you said, depending on what happens in the summer, Arsenal, United, Newcastle, Liverpool, Chelsea, they'll be battling out those remaining 3 spots. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see. I don't know. I think Liverpool, like if we're being realistic, depending on obviously, I want to see what Newcastle do in the summer. I want to see what Chelsea do in the summer. Liverpool probably have a better squad than all of those teams, bar City. And I guess you can make the argument that maybe United might have an on par squad with Liverpool, but Arsenal, we saw their bench is just atrocious. Like they need reinforcements on their bench, and as good of a season as they had, we have to bear in mind that Arsenal, the whole year they're playing Europa League football, right? They didn't have to play their first team, their best team the whole way through. Next season, the Champions League, I assume they're gonna play their first team week in, week out, and then on top of that, the league, and obviously the domestic cup competitions as well. That bench is not going to be built for something like that, bro. Like we said, they need reinforcements. I know. Declan Rice has been linked with the move. I think they actually submitted a bid for him. Maybe it was like last week. And then of course they need I think they need a striker, a real out and out striker.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a few new defenders as well, and maybe that'll be a way for them to strengthen their squad, to give me a little more confidence in them next season. But yeah, as of right now, I'm more confident in Liverpool's bench than pretty much all those teams, except City, obviously. And then I don't know, coaching. Like, let's talk about managers.
Oof.
Are you more confident in Klopp, Eddie Howe, Eric Ten Hag, Mikel Arteta, whoever's gonna Chelsea? I mean, Pochettino, and then obviously, like you said, Tottenham. We're not even mentioning them, but whoever their manager is going to be next season.
Yeah,
you know, what I'm saying? I always want to. I'm going to go with experience and someone who's already shown me on their resume that they can do the things that we're talking about, and that's Jurgen Klopp right there.
Yeah, I know. Like during the season, people were hounding on Jurgen because he wouldn't change his tactics at all. Like it was January and we weren't improving. We were just there basically, just mid-table. I remember we were like 8th, 9th at one point. Like we weren't showing anything different. And then eventually, obviously, he did the inverted fullback role. And honestly, like ever since we did that, our goals have came now. Like our goals have definitely increased, but it's still our defense. So if I feel like the midfield and a right back, like if we get that 4-3-3 going again, and then have a good, especially good holding midfielder, because I feel like Fabinho was so vital to our success. But obviously he's not the same player anymore. So if we can get a really good holding midfielder, I feel like again, like you said, with Klopp and his experience, I feel like we'll be back. I don't think there's any doubt in my
Yes, for
mind.
sure. So the next step on the agenda that we have is Arsenal's final game. They beat Wolverhampton 5-0 at the Emirates. With a granted Xhaka get on the score sheet twice in his final game for Arsenal, he will be
Yeah,
leaving this summer. I think Bayer Leverkusen, right? They were the number one option for
yeah.
him, according to Fabrizio Romano. So let me know, Naeem, what you think about this, man. Do you think this is a good curtain close to a well fought season by
Oh
Arsenal? They
yeah,
weren't able to hang in the end, but you know, a good way to leave a good note to leave off
yeah.
for the fans.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a great like, especially like first of all we was talking about the formation they started. They had Kivior at right back and Partey at left back. It's the same one they went with against Nottingham Forest, and we all know how that turned out. But I guess it was nice to see it worked against Wolves, but it is Wolves at the end of the day. So I don't think
Yeah,
they'll be doing that again next season. But yeah, 5-0. I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't get much better than that. I mean, Saka even scored. He was looking like his old self. He was looking lively today. He didn't look like he was tired. I mean, a little too late now, but it was nice to see him coming up. Xhaka obviously scored twice. He could add a hat trick, but I remember he scuffed a shot. If he had a hat trick in his last game at the Emirates, that would have been pretty cool. But he
mm,
obviously didn't score. I think Trossard, he assisted a goal to Jesus. And then obviously he had the last goal. Oh, Kivior scored his first goal too for Arsenal. So that
mhm.
was nice to see. But yeah, all in all, like 5-0. I mean, Wolves looked absolutely terrible out there, and Arsenal winning 5-0. I know it's a disappointing season for them, but at this point, like you already know your fate. You just want to close out the season on a high note, and 5-0 at home is you can't get much better than that. So I mean, I'd be happy at that point.
Would you say this is a bad season?
No, I wouldn't say it's a bad season. I'd say it's disappointing, but
Okay.
like it's definitely like I would say it's definitely I still call it a successful season because like I mean we all know preseason like no one had Arsenal in this position, bro.
Right.
Like no one. So but like then you look at the context of the season, yes, you did bottle it, but you can't call it a complete fail season. Like it was disappointing, but it was still a successful season.
It's funny because the Arsenal won 26 Premier League games, and that's the highest they've ever done. Well, joint highest.
Yeah,
And they won the title both of those seasons. So like that just
I
goes to show
know.
you how crazy Manchester City, like it's literally almost impossible to dethrone these guys. It's the same thing as that one year where Liverpool tried their hardest to push them towards the end, and City just
97
literally could
points.
not lose. Like bro, they're unstoppable. Getting to 100 points in previous seasons and things like that. But yeah, I mean, Arsenal, I mean, as much as we can say, like you said, obviously towards the end, things kind of derailed a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I saw a couple comparisons online, people comparing not City, Arsenal and United seasons.
Oh,
Arsenal obviously didn't win a trophy this season, they finished second in the Premier League,
yeah.
while United finished one place behind and won that Carabao Cup, and they're still in obviously the FA Cup they might take home as well.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. So I don't
I've
know,
seen
man.
that,
It's kind
bro.
of hard
I've
to.
seen that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been thinking about it, bro. Like I don't think there's an easy way to answer this, bro. I don't think you can just be like, oh yeah, that I'll definitely have that season over that one. It's tough because you're basically saying, like, obviously we don't know if United are gonna win the FA Cup final. Most likely they won't, but you never know what could happen. But as of right
Wait,
now, would you take?
even if
Yeah.
they don't win it, let's just say now. Well, let's do both actually. Let's say they don't win it
Uh huh.
first. Let's say that first.
Okay.
Um, even with that, making it to the final. Obviously, I don't want to like make the comparison seem like Arsenal and United are in the same exact place in the same exact like circumstances.
Yeah.
Obviously, United just hired and that this is Ten Hag's first full season in charge. They just brought in a few new players, and the start of the season was a little bit shaky for United with some of those results. Obviously, the 6-3 against City. They got cooked by Brentford that game. They might have like lost against like Brighton pretty bad or something like that. So the turnaround was crazy, and Ten Hag has them clicking, and then on the flip side, Mikel Arteta from literally day one, Arsenal were on fire.
Yep.
Didn't really go far in the Europa League, unfortunately. That Sporting game
Mhm.
kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth in terms of the European success. And well, not even just the Europa League. Arsenal did pretty bad in all cup competitions this season.
Oh yeah.
Like outside of the Premier League, the what was that? The round of 16 of the Europa League, or was that the round of 32? I can't remember, but it was one
It
of
might have
those
been
two.
16. It
I
might have
think it
been
was a 16,
16.
right?
Yeah.
The Carabao Cup they get knocked out early by, I think it was Brighton, and then the FA Cup they
Yeah.
get knocked out. It was by City, understandably,
City.
but like that they did a horrible cup competitions. And then in the end, they obviously, like we said, the season gets derailed in the Premier League. They drop all those games in a row. That those Liverpool, Southampton, all those games they drop, and they end up in the position they're in now. Um, but at the end of the day, if we look at it from like face value, they finished second in the Premier League, and like you said, no one had them finishing there. Um, so people before the season probably thought United could have pushed for the league title. So if you look at it like that, you know, Arsenal, they can give themselves a pat on the back.
Yeah, I kind of look at it like if I had to be in the shoes of an Arsenal fan or United fan for one season, right, or this season, I feel like I'd do Arsenal just because if I looked at a United fan, right, obviously, like I think in my opinion, most people didn't have them like firmly in the top four. They probably had them like fifth or maybe fourth, but like no one was like, oh yeah, United are 100% getting top four, no doubt about it. But
United,
yeah.
I feel before the season, I heard people saying that United were going to win the league.
Hell no, I don't know. I don't know where you watched
Because
that, but I
you got to
didn't.
remember the summer they signed Anthony, they signed Lissandro Martinez, they
Yeah.
signed Casemiro. Um,
Okay.
Ten Hag's the new
No,
manager.
Casemiro
People
was
were
during the
definitely
season.
gassing that United
Casemiro
team.
was Casemiro Anthony was during the season. Was it not?
During what do you mean?
Was Casemiro and Anthony not during the season? Or am I bugging?
When they
Because
signed?
Casemiro was after Brentford. They lost 4-0 to Brentford, right?
I mean, but that like the summer transfer window, like you
Well,
know,
well, I guess like when they got implemented, okay, but like,
yeah, like
dude, I mean, it's cool. I guess people were saying they could win the league, but I still didn't see that. Me personally, I
well,
didn't.
and also I
But
think what happened was Casemiro signed and he didn't play like the first 3 games or something like that, and then like the game
I didn't
after the
know that.
Brentford one was when he actually started playing. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
I
that's
didn't
how it
know
went.
that. Oh, okay. But like for me, like if I was a United fan, right? Yeah, we finished third and we're in Champions League. We won the Carabao Cup. But like it's also for like the future for me. Like if I'm a United fan, I'm looking at this like, okay, we had a good season, but what can we do next season? It's like we can bring in the players, but again, like Eric Ten Hag has to show me that he's willing to bring competition in for the players that have played good so far. Like Luke Shaw has had a good season, but he still showed the inconsistencies. Because like even back then we were saying, "Oh, Luke Shaw is one of the best left backs in the world." This and that. Oh, he's amazing. This and that. But like obviously then he would have some stinkers, injuries, and this and that. So it was kind of the same season for him, like this year. But if I'm Ten Hag, I got to look at this like you got to bring in competition every position, bro. In my opinion, besides like maybe Bruno, Casemiro, and like Rashford, maybe outside of those three, like no position is safe in my opinion. You bring in competition, you make sure people are still on their toes and don't think they have an easy like way into this team. So you can look at like that for a United fan or Arsenal fan, like dang, like we were terrible in every cup competition, like you said, but we almost won the league. We challenged City, we almost won the league, and it gives you hope as an Arsenal fan that it's a young squad. Doing this as a young squad is a big accomplishment.
Yeah,
And then obviously towards the end of the season, you showed your youth. You showed even the manager's youth. Like he's still inexperienced. You saw that, but then you also saw like what the problems were, the squad depth, and obviously you got to bring in more players. But you definitely saw like the players you have that can win you the league. They're still really young. So in my opinion, I'd rather have Arsenal season because like you said earlier, like if they can get like a Declan Rice and like especially like some cheap signings for the bench as well, like because they can get those marquee signings like Declan Rice or like who else are they linked to? What's his name? I
Um,
forgot I forgot who they're linked to. It's just one in my head. But like they can get those big, they can get like marquee signings. I'm trying to say like those 2 or 3 players in their starting 11. But then they also got to get a couple people on that bench because that bench is not that good. So
yeah.
I feel like that's really doable in my opinion. So like in my opinion, I'd rather have Arsenal season. In my opinion, I feel like they have the better season still.
Yeah, I see
It's
why
tough.
you'd say that. I mean, I always give value of like winning trophies.
Yeah,
It's because
I can see
silverware.
that.
It's just that silverware is just so important, and United have given
Yeah.
themselves every chance really to win a piece of silverware. Obviously, like we said, the Premier League, United. There were points where United might have had the title in reach, like that was like a long time ago. Obviously, they haven't
Yeah.
been in the title race for a while. But obviously the Europa League they made it to like whatever it was the quarterfinal. I think it was when Sevilla shut the door on them. And then
Yeah.
FA Cup and
True.
Carabao Cup, every domestic trophy, they made it to the final. Um, and they're giving themselves a chance to win trophies. If they take home the FA Cup, in the
Oh, yeah,
hypothetical
it's
that
a
they take
different.
that home, then I have to choose. I have no choice
No,
but to
no,
choose
for
that.
sure, bro. Especially if you beat City and stop them from winning the treble, then you gotta take United season for
Yeah,
sure.
you
Like,
got to.
there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
you know. So
That's
I mean, I guess
it.
it really just because obviously their season is like Arsenal, their season's done. Like we know what's
Yeah.
happening with their season. United still have that one game left. And if they win the FA Cup, then I'm gonna have to say that.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Um,
bro. That'd
you
be
know,
crazy.
but if there's no final thoughts on that, we can move on to another talking point that we wanted to shed some
Oh, I
light on
want to
the
talk about
relegation
this.
battle on the final day.
Whew.
So for anyone who doesn't know, pretty much, I mean, before the day even started, we knew that we've been knew that Southampton were getting relegated.
Yeah.
And Leeds weren't relegated yet mathematically, but they knew that
Mhm.
it would require a miracle for them to stay up.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even like win their game against Tottenham. They got absolutely cooked at home.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even in their hands at the end of the day. The main bit to focus on was Leicester City and Everton. So Leicester City came into the final day 18th place, 2 points behind Everton, um, who are just straddling right above the relegation zone. Everton played at home against Bournemouth, and the tensions were high the whole match
Ooh.
because they didn't even score in the first half um, until Doucouré scored in the 57th minute. And then on the flip side, Leicester City were 2-0 up, and they probably thought at the time when Harvey Barnes scored at the time, they probably thought that they were staying up. They were like, hey, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because at that time they were above Everton, and an Everton score, and unfortunately Leicester City are going down to the championship, man. League winners only 7 years ago, and
7.
now they're in the championship, man. So, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, I don't know what they expect, bro. Bringing in Walt Weiss and like taking out Casper Schmeichel for I forgot his name, Ward, and Danny Ward, I think is his name, in goal. It's like, bro, you guys set yourself up, especially Jamie Vardy. He's aging, and then you guys only have like your best players are James Madison and Harvey Barnes. I can't even speak right now, and yeah, like it's sad to see Leicester go, bro. When Harvey Barnes scored that goal, bro, which was a brilliant goal. I forgot who had the link up play with him, but dude, that was a brilliant finish. It was a brilliant goal. And I was like, dude, I need Leicester to win because I don't want to see Everton up here. I'll be obviously as a Liverpool fan, they're not any competition, but like obviously Merseyside and all that being like it's whatever. But Everton, I don't know, man. They just don't impress me at all, bro. With Leicester, it's like obviously you said the we all know that championship season, bro. That miracle season, what a season it was, and like they just, I feel like every fan can look at Leicester and just, I feel like you can't hate Leicester in my opinion. You just can't hate them, bro. And obviously now that they're down, bro, it's tough. But like they got a lot of talent. I know big teams are on look for James Madison, Harvey Barnes. Yeah, I think Yuri Tillemans is on a free, which isn't too bad for people to look at. So he's definitely up there. And then obviously Everton with that Abdoulaye Doucouré goal, bro. What a goal that was, bro. And then you could see Goodison Park freaking go crazy, bro. Those Merseyside fans, bro, those are some passionate fans. Obviously, we saw after the game they rushed the field and they were all over that pitch, bro. And obviously Jordan Pickford had some brilliant saves as well. He came up big for them. But yeah, all in all, bro, it's tough to see, bro. It's tough to see everything go down.
I ain't gonna lie
Leicester,
though. Leicester City's team is like, even though throughout the season they've had a lot of struggles like in different parts of the pitch.
Yeah.
Their team is just too talented to be in the championship, man. And I mean, like I personally, from what I've seen from Wout Faes, I personally like him. I mean, other than the game where he scored, I think it was like 2 own goals. Was that against Liverpool?
Yeah, it was
he scored
against
2 own goals.
Yeah,
But you know, Johnny Evans, like Johnny Evans and also
yeah, Johnny Evans.
The person I liked on their team was Harry Souter, Australian center back that they signed off the back of the World Cup. Like their team was good. Timothy Castagni, like bro, like next year I might on my football manager save next year. I'm probably gonna take over Leicester City, and I'm gonna try to work some magic, get them back into the Premier League. And after a couple years, try to win the Champions League or Premier League with them.
Okay.
This team got potential, bro. Patson Daka, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, like they
Wilfred and Ndidi.
Wilfred, I completely forgot about Ndidi. This team should. Yeah. There's no way this team should be in the championship, and there's no way that Everton were the team to do it to them. Like Everton, bro. Now let's look at Everton's team on the flip side.
Nah, bro, okay.
I mean, shout out to Doucouré. Shout out Tarkowski had at the he's probably their best defender.
He's solid. He's
really good. Solid. Pickford, obviously, like people have mixed emotions on Pickford, but
I love Pickford. I love Pickford.
I think for that level, like I think he's a great keeper. And Iwobi, as much as people like make the Iwobi memes, bro, he's a good player for that squad.
Yeah.
But other than that, bro, and Dwight McNeil, I almost forgot to mention Dwight McNeil. But other than that, bro, Neil Maupay, bro, he ain't been
what about Damari Gray, Andre Onana? What about them?
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot to mention Onana. Okay. I definitely forgot to mention Onana.
Damari Gray is definitely solid too. And then
Damari Gray, you can mention him if you want. But after that,
he's okay.
This team is BD, bro. Like,
yeah,
this team is not. Yerry Mina starts for Everton, bro.
Yeah,
Yerry Mina. Yo,
yeah,
there's no way that this and Sean Dyche is their man. Like, there's no way this team stays up, bro. There's no way. But I mean, hey, shout out to I don't want to hate. I'm not trying to hate or anything like that. Shout out to them for staying up. You know what I'm saying? And
they are a very iconic club.
Another team I want to shed light on, Nottingham Forest. Towards the end of the season, they just picked it up. They look like they really wanted to stay up, and some of those results they got. They're currently unbeaten in 4 matches. Drew yesterday against Crystal Palace, beat Arsenal in that game, obviously, where Morgan Gibbs-White was cooking them. They were able to draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and they beat Southampton. Like that run right there saved Nottingham Forest this season. You know what I mean? And they're going to be competing at the highest level again. So big congratulations to them. They only won 9 games this season, bro. They stayed up.
Yeah.
Everton only won 8 as well, by comparison.
Tyro Awani was an X factor for them, bro, late in the season. That boy was going crazy. That boy was bagging goals left and right for them. He came up clutch for them.
Mm-hmm. Him, Brennan Johnson, Morgan Gibbs-White, like we already said.
Oh, yeah.
Them guys single-handedly kept them up, boy.
Yeah.
So shout out to Nottingham Forest, man. And unfortunately, like we already mentioned, Leeds, Leicester, and Southampton go down.
Yeah.
I want to see what Leeds do next season because they probably have some decisions to make. Well, they let go of some valuable players. What's his name? Click that they let go to DC United. He's playing well for DC United right now as well. And a lot of Leeds United fans that I've seen online are missing him because in substitution they have McKinney and Aronson who just have not been good for them at all. Especially in particular McKinney, he's been bad.
Yeah.
So they probably have some decisions to make as well. They have like high level players like Jack Harrison, that can Jack Harrison, Ganonto, also Rodrigo.
Yeah,
Like they
solid.
might be able to bounce back immediately. So we'll see what they do.
Dude,
Southampton,
Luke Ailey is god awful, bro. That
Luke
boy, he's
Ayling.
some cunt, bro.
Luke Ayling needs to be shipped to like Switzerland or something, bro. Like he
bro,
needs to
he's
play in
god
one of
awful,
them
bro.
leagues there, man. But
It's always
if there's no
the defenders, bro.
Huh?
I'm saying like with these bottom tier teams, you always look at the defenses, bro. It's always
The defense. But Melier towards the end of the season, bro, he was getting benched. Like that's how bad he was, bro. They were playing what's his name, Joel Robles.
Dude, I saw that today. I was like, who the hell is Joel Robles, bro?
You don't remember Joel Robles? He's been around for a while. He I remember, I think it was 2015, maybe it was 2016. I'll never forget the game, West Ham versus Everton in the FA Cup. It went all the way to penalties, and Joel Robles and who's Everton's keeper? Oh no, not Everton. West Ham. I think it was Adrian. It was Adrian. Adrian and Joel Robles end up like the penalties go all the way, and they end up taking penalties. And that boy Joel Robles smashed his shoulder against the bar, and Everton lost. That boy Adrian scored his penalty. He ripped his gloves off, bro. If y'all have the time, go watch the highlights of that game. That's one of my favorite football games of all time. But yeah, that's the first thing that always comes to my mind when I think of him. But yeah, man, like it literally got so bad for Leeds that they was benching Melier, bro. I don't know if he has what it takes to play at this level. A lot he just looks shaky a lot of the times, man.
Yeah, he does.
Someone who should be a young, promising goalkeeper. Unfortunately, I guess he just has a lot of things to solve, but hopefully he's able to bounce back.
But yeah, for sure.
So rounding out the Premier League, the European spots. Obviously, we already went over Liverpool finishing 5th, but we also want to shed some light on Brighton and Aston Villa, man. Both of whom have had some odd-defying seasons. Especially Villa in particular, because we remember at the beginning of the season, Steven Gerrard was there stinking it up. They sack him. Unai Emery comes in and revolutionizes the entire season. Like Ollie Watkins, Martinez in goal. They just look like different players at the turn of this management. So shout out to Villa and Brighton, man, because we knew since the beginning Brighton. Even in the Graham Potter days, it was always going to be a tough matchup if you had to play against Brighton. So, but Brighton scored 72 goals.
Yeah, bro.
That's more. That's like damn near. That's 14 more than United. That's more than Newcastle. That's 3 less than Liverpool, and 2 more than Tottenham.
Dude, like every weekend, bro. I was always looking forward to a Brighton game. The way they play football, bro. The way they pass the ball around was beautiful, bro. Like you could stay easily. Like if you say top 3 of the season, like just watching, like to the eye, like City, Arsenal, and I feel like Brighton were the top 3, like fun to watch teams this year. But dude, Brighton, like obviously you said Graham Potter days, like we obviously know they were good even with Graham Potter, but I feel like they were even better with Roberto De Zerbi, bro. And in my opinion, if Roberto De Zerbi leaves this season, bro, I feel like it'd be a big bozo move by him, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But dude, he's got to stay there, bro, because I feel like they got young talent coming in. They're a good team. They can fight for a Champions League spot next year, bro. I can definitely see them trying to get into that Champions League like 4th place or something, or maybe another Europa League season. Who knows? But dude, they got a good team, bro. It'd be crazy for Champions League, but I think they can do it.
They're one of those clubs that just has like such a good like turnover rate. They'll find those hidden gems like McAllister, Caicedo, and then just flip them, and then now they're gonna bring in some more, like you mentioned. Well, I know obviously they're signing James Miller as well, who probably doesn't really fit that But I mean, it's always good to have some veteran leadership in the changing room. So I think Miller's going to come in and be a decent level player for them. I don't know about guys like Tariq Lamptey. He barely featured for Brighton over the course of this season. So I guess they have a couple decisions to make. Obviously, Colwell's going to end up going back to Chelsea, his parent club. So they have a couple holes that they're going to have to fill. But I'm sure they're going to do it, and they're going to be back again next season. So shout out to them. I forgot to mention about Evan Ferguson. Next season, I'm expecting big things as well.
He's a dog.
We're probably going to see him blossom a little bit into an established Premier League forward. But yeah, man, shout out to Brighton, shout out to Brentford, Tottenham. You blew it again. You went from 4th place. Bro, Tottenham were challenging for the Champions League literally like 2 months ago, and now they're 8th place.
They thought sacking Conte, they was gonna do something, bro. They was gonna send a message. Dude, that's still the coldest thing, bro. Like watching Conte's presser, like when he left, saying, "Oh, these dudes ain't got it, bro." You know, look at them. These dudes ain't got it, bro. These dudes ain't got it, bro. They're not built like that. Harry Kane's built like that, but I don't know about the rest of them. But
them boys are not built like that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Harry Kane a double probably in his last game for Spurs. I mean, unless he oddly resigns, which isn't out the window, but he could come back. But hopefully he leaves just for his sake. Go win you some trophies, bro. Get you one, bro. But hopefully he leaves. But I want to quickly go back to Brighton because I feel like, dude, did they sign? I think it was a midfielder or striker. Dude, they signed a really good midfield.
They signed
João Pedro. No, I think it was like João Pedro or something, right?
Oh yeah, they signed João Pedro too, and they also signed Mahmoud Dahoud.
Yeah. I just want to shine some light on them because those are pretty good signings in my opinion. But Tottenham, they got to take a page out of Brighton's book, bro. They gotta dig deep. They gotta scout.
Brentford too.
Brentford too.
They finished above Brentford, but hey, Brentford, you know what I'm saying? Brentford, it's only 1 point, and Brentford had a better goal differential and all that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Lost less games.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think Brentford have had better for all things considered. Brentford have had a better season than Tottenham.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I don't think there's any season where I'm like, yeah, let me take Tottenham season real quick, bro. Let me take Tottenham season. I know, bro. It don't happen like that. But like Tottenham, I mean Pedro Porro, summer winter signing doesn't look too bad. January signing it looks solid, but I mean that's always the case with Tottenham. They look solid at one point and they look atrocious the next day. They look even worse the next.
They bullied bro off Twitter, or was it Instagram or Twitter? I can't even remember, but they literally made bro delete his social media.
Who, Porro?
Yeah, I think it was after that. I think it was after that Bournemouth game. They literally like he was getting cooked all match, and like they went to his Instagram comments and abused him, and bro literally deleted all social media. Oh my gosh.
Dude, Tottenham, man, it's such a big meme, bro. But if they got to rebuild, bro. They got to sell. They got to rebuild, and we're still waiting on who they bring in as a manager. It's gonna be funny to see who they bring in. They could bring somebody from the depths, bro. It might not be. I mean, we obviously know it's not gonna be Nagelsmann because they for whatever reason they're out of that race. I'm pretty sure Nagelsmann was just like, yeah, nah, let me stay away from this. I don't want to get involved with this, but. I think Nagelsmann would have been a great hiring for them, but whatever happened there, they're out. I don't know, maybe Luis Enrique. I don't know. That doesn't fit them.
I think they're last time I read, the top priority was the Celtic man. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because his name's just dumb as hell. No, not dumb as hell, but I didn't mean it like that. Ange Postecoglou.
No, I don't. Is he with like Greece
I just
or
refer
something?
to him as the Celtic manager because I'm not gonna pronounce Ange Postecoglou every time. But that's apparently him and then like Enrique, like you said, are the main links right now. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think that's just gonna dude, they're finishing like 7th next season.
Dude, I would be surprised they're worse. 7. You
If
might be
what?
generous with 7, bro. I ain't
Oh
gonna
yeah,
lie. You might be
it
generous,
might be.
bro.
They,
You
they might be
might
where
be
Chelsea's at
generous.
right now. Looking at.
They might be even worse, bro. You think about like Fulham are still gonna be there, Brentford, Aston Villa,
No.
Brighton.
I don't think they'll be that bad.
Nah, bro. I don't know, bro.
Fulham finished 10th.
I think they're gonna be like 10 to 15 range, bro. I ain't gonna hold you,
What? Bro,
dude.
no.
Dude, because like if you think about it, right? Let's say Chelsea, right? They finished what, like 12th? They finished 12th,
Yeah.
right? With that team, and with I know like a lot happened that season, but like you give let's say they played another month, bro. Chelsea are falling down, bro. They keep falling. Let's wait. They play another 4 or 5 games. They keep going down. That Tottenham team next year is probably like 5 times as worse as this Chelsea team, like players wise.
I don't think so.
And
I don't
plus,
think
they
it'll be
don't have a
that bad.
manager, bro. Nah, bro. I think Tottenham will be. I think
10 to
Tottenham will be
15 is
atrocious
crazy.
next year. Hey, bro, don't tell me, bro. Tell Tottenham, man. I think they're gonna be down there, bro. I can't lie.
The most I can see them finishing is 8th again, or maybe 9th. But the
That's
gap
generous.
between 9th and 10th place is 7 points. There's no way Tottenham drop that many points below where they are right now.
All right, so you said what, 8th, 9th, right? So we go through the teams that could possibly finish above them. We got
No, but
obviously City.
but you can say that, but like our Aston, let's we can also do the other thing. Are Aston Villa going to be as good next season? Like you're assuming that
I think
every
they
one of these
are.
teams is going to have like the perfect season next season, and we as
No,
we can
I'm not
see,
saying
like that
perfect.
doesn't. No, but okay, so you're saying Fulham, Brentford, Villa, Brighton, Liverpool, Newcastle United, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. That's 10 teams.
I feel like, yeah, like especially like I mean, we obviously know the big dogs, like the top 6 teams, like they're gonna be challenging for like the top 4. But the next like 4 or 5 teams, bro, I feel like you can shake them up anywhere. If Aston Villa finished what, like 7th, right? I could see them going down to 10th, bro. I can see going down to 9th. Like it could be up and down for them. It will shake around, but
That's what I'm saying.
with Unai Emery, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying with Unai Emery and like the players they already have, and then maybe the players they bring, like Aston Villa, Brighton, Fulham. Dude, I don't know who wants to play for Tottenham, bro. They don't got a manager. I doubt anybody wants to play for them, bro. I'm sorry. It might be. I don't know what Tottenham's worst season is ever. What is Tottenham's worst season? What's their worst place, bro? I need to see this. What is Tottenham's worst season
Ever?
Yeah,
probably like getting relegated.
it probably is.
Wait, what are you saying?
Dude, I told you, bro. 10 to 15 range, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. They're gonna be lucky to get top 10 next year, bro. That's a hot take. We could do a hot takes video, but that's my hot take right now. They'll be lucky to get above 10 next year, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I have to respectfully disagree.
And I'm gonna be laughing the whole way, bro. I'm gonna be laughing the whole way.
Not lower than 10th. I can get behind maybe like 9th or 10th, maybe 10th, but below 10th is crazy. Bro, you're saying they're gonna finish with like Crystal Palace, like not no,
I'm just saying 10 to 15. Like I'm just saying 10 to 15. Like give like a range, like you know how like do 5 and 10, 10 to 15. But like they'll probably be like 11, 12. They have to have a hey boy, they have to have a stinker to go down to 15. But they'll probably be like, if I say most likely 9 to 12, 8 to 12, maybe 9 to 12 is probably their. I'm being generous right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to be nice. 9 to 12, maybe. I guess I'll say 9 to 12. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna say they'll finish 7th next season.
If Kane stays, though, it's gonna be different, though. If Harry Kane somehow stays, it'll be different.
Them boys is doomed, man. But that wraps up another episode of the Ball Boys podcast. As always, if you guys are watching until now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And share our podcast with anyone you can. And unless there's a final thought from you, Naeem, we can get up out of here, man.
It was a good season, bro. It was a great season. It was honestly a great up and down season. We obviously saw the relegation battle today. That was really interesting to see. Like it is almost every year. It's sad to see, bro, but I mean, it's May right now, basically June, another like 2-3 months, and it'll be back. It's not like the NFL season where it's like a freaking 8 month break, 9 months break. So 2-3 months feels like a kind of long time right now, but I feel like it'll be back pretty quickly. So I can't
The
wait for that.
NFL really has like a 7-month break. What the hell is that?
I mean, it's more like physical contact, but like 8 months is kind of crazy. I can't lie.
Bro, 8 months. Is it 8 or 7?
Dude, so February to August preseason. So let's do like March, April,
Nah,
May, June,
let's
July.
not count
It's like
preseason.
so you say so September. So that's like 7 months. About
Okay.
7.
Damn.
That's like half a year, bro. That's more than half a year.
Freak the NFL. Looking at it, I'm just playing.
Damn.
Anyways, like we always say on the Ball Boys channel, man. Thank you guys for watching, and we out. Peace.